there is never going to be any Biafra. The word Biafra has caused too much pain to Ndigbo. There is going to be an Igbo nation in the next 100 years, but it will not be called Biafra. The people of that time and future will decide what to call it.
Why did you use that word, homegrown terrorists?
Truth is actually bitter. If something is happening in our home and it is our people that are partaking in it, that is what it is. Any Igbo person that is going to come out today and say some of our people have not partaken in what has brought pain and destruction to Igbo, that person is a liar. We Igbo people had some of the juiciest ministerial appointments in the years of Obasanjo, Goodluck, Jonathan, Yar'Adua, but we never used it. For example, we had 3 ministers of aviation, but guess what? We don't have any even mini international airport in the southeast. Even them themselves, if they want to travel, they have to go to Abuja or Lagos. We are just individually successful, but collectively as a region, we have not made any progress in the last 8 years. Do you know there's a particular set of JSS2 that have graduated SS3 now? They have never gone to school on Mondays. Because of the negative stereotype it brings up when I go somewhere and say I am promoting economic Biafra, I have to change it to make Igbo great again. We are Ndigbo, we are not Biafrans. Biafra as a word used for the Igbo nation will not survive. It will never happen. But I believe that there is going to be an Igbo nation. The way Nigeria is going, it will disintegrate by itself in the next 50 years. I sat down with Nnamdi Kanu in London. I was among the first people that were even advising him on the best way to go. But I personally left his side when he became so, I don't want to use the word arrogant, but that was what it was. When he became too focused on destruction and self-vilification, it became more of a personal aggrandizement for than a movement to restore the economic glory of Igbo. So I felt that Nnamdi Kanu was supposed to get a presidential pardon before now, even during Buhari. And this goes to also show you how very powerless and disunited the Igbo political class are. You can see that Governor Soludo has said, Peter Mbah has said, everybody, we have been speaking to President about Nnamdi Kanu, let's look for a political solution. But you have seen that nobody listened to them because they are a bunch of failures.
Bam, 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 bam. My people, you guys know how to do it on Gbam. You know it can never be Gbam. Though this Gbam is a special edition because we're doing it in conjunction with IMO, Igbo Integration Movement, a group of young like minds that said that we will not sit back and watch our region disseminated and watch our people, being treated anyhow. We cannot sit down and allow some people represent us and speak on our behalf. We have to partake in whatever is going on in the southeast because you cannot be more Igbo than I am. You want to go all the way from IMO. I have a young man that Ndigbo na Masi, a young man that came with the initial initiative of economic Biafra that now metamorphosized into make Igbo great again. Maiga. A young man that has been so vocal. This recent reawakening, some people will actually credit it to him after his speech during the Igbo World Congress. This young man has he has been putting his money where his mouth is, which is in Igbo. Today, he's not just here for himself. He's here to as a member of IMO, Igbo Integration Movement. Akamajidako. Welcome to Gbam.
I agree to
the Bitcoin chief. Can I you also because you don't have time? This is yes. Chief Gaius Chibueze, Ezibotonye in Enugu State. Feel free to flow in English if you wish. Feel free to flow for effective communication. What happened? There was a time that you trended and then you were on blogs. People that were projecting Biafra. Everybody was blacklisting you. What can you just give us a background of what happened that time? Go ahead, please.
Okay, so thank you so much, Odogu and the Gbam team. So after my speech at the World Igbo Congress, the last time I'm worried that in the World Igbo Congress may invite as one of the guest speakers. In fact, as the guest speaker for 2025 convention at Boston here in the United States. So when I went for that, convention, I spoke on a topic, the role of Igbo diaspora in the rebuilding of Ali Igbo.
Yes.
After speaking at that convention, I talked about how some of the pains Ndigbo have gone through in the last 8 years has been self-inflicted.
Yes.
Some of our people have been the ones that have actually brought some of the things that has made Ali Igbo go backwards, 10 years backward in the last 8 years.
Yes.
So when that speech came out, it didn't sit well with some of the IPOB sympathizers who felt I shouldn't have mentioned that we have homegrown terrorists, because their problem is that I said that even though Ndigbo as a people, we have suffered from the hands of the Nigerian government, I said most of the things that we are suffering now are self-inflicted, especially from homegrown terrorists. I in that particular video, I said that there are 10-year-olds carrying guns in Ali, which is true. We all saw it on TikTok. Some of the young 10-year-olds carrying rifles, wearing Biafran flag, and saying no referendum, no election. So we see all these things. So I spoke about it, and it didn't sit well with them. But I understand. After the whole issue, I understood where they were coming from. But I still stand on what I said. And my message has always been: you can't say you can't cut your leg to spite a stranger that is making you angry. A stranger is stepping on your toes, and then instead of pushing the stranger or trying to ward off the stranger that is attacking you, you are cutting off your leg, which is what some of our people have actually done in the last 8 years. Let's talk about the sit at home. Let's talk about some of the destruction that has happened in Ali Igbo. Let's talk about Gentle Yahoo and the rest of them. Those are Ndigbo. You understand? Gentle Yahoo is not an outside person; it's an Igbo person. And look at what he did in Imo State. Ikonso and the rest of them. So we can't say we want to self-destruct because strangers want to destroy us. So that has always been my message, that if we want to be serious, what we need to do is first protect our people and not do anything that will harm our people.
Yes.
That is when it means that we have actually started. So that was my stance.
After that broadcast, it went viral, and then a lot of threats were targeted to your business. And then yes. I think I saw a post from you. I don't know whether it was just, it was serious, where you talked about moving your business out of Southeast because of the threat. How did that pan out? Was that something was it true or just normal talk?
No, it was just normal gara that me and my people were going back and forth. I can't move my business from the Southeast. First, my intention of investing in the Southeast was not in the absence of challenges. I've always known that there are going to be challenges. I've always known that there are people I'm going to disagree with. So, and some of the businesses I have in Ali Igbo are rooted businesses. Like, for example, my Ohanese farm, which is the largest livestock livestock farm in the whole of Southeast. It is a rooted project. I can't take the land. I can't remove the ranch. Only fencing of the ranch alone cost me over 300 million. So will I just break that fence now and start moving the fence elsewhere to go and plant? No. You understand? Ohanese farm is one of my biggest investment in the Southeast.
I understand.
I spent close to 1 billion naira. So I can't take the land. I can't remove the fencing. I can't remove the ranch I have constructed. So that would be stupid of me.
I understand.
That was just an ordinary rant. Yeah.
Igbo ndị ọma na-ege m ntị ekene m unu. Igbo na ọjọgburu onwe na ntị nụrụ n'odogo nwere ana n'ala Igbo. Why not come to Pine Reef Estate and Properties ka iwanye gị ana maka na nke ikpeazụ a akụruo unu amara odogwu.
A lot of people say that you had a good message, but it was ruined by the word homegrown terrorist. Why did you use that word, homegrown terrorist?
Yes, but we must. Yes, truth is actually bitter. We must, if something is happening in our home and it is our people that are partaking in it, that is what it is. Homegrown terrorist means that it is, yes, I didn't say IPOB and the rest of them. If I wanted to say IPOB was a homegrown terrorist organization, I will say it, I will say IPOB, the home terrorist organization, but I said some homegrown terrorists, which means that some of our people, any Igbo person that is going to come out today and say some of our people have not partaken in what has brought pain and destruction to an Igbo, that person is a liar. But that is what happens in a situation like what we have found ourselves in Nigeria. In the process of trying to show our pain, some people are going to do things the wrong way. That is why you see that even here in the United States, if there is ever a protest and everything, people start entering grocery shops that are in their street and start destroying and looting. Those people live in that place. They know that after that protest, if they want to eat the next day, they will have to go far away to go get grocery. But they will destroy it. So these things are normal, and we must address it as it is. Yes, it might have come off the wrong way, but that is the truth. And as you know, as a truth speaker yourself, you know the truth is never sweet to the ears.
One of the things that they held against you, and then one of the things that they floated was you being a scammer. And then TATCON was all over the place. Yes. TATCON, you know, people were talking about. Can you clear the air once and for all about this TATCON that you introduced? What happened?
First of all, Gaius Chibueze is an entrepreneur. I have never scammed anybody. Nobody, and you see, in everything they were saying, all they were saying is TATCON, and nobody can come out and say, Gaius Chibueze, I sent him money into his account. He told me send me money, and he didn't do whatever I paid him for. The thing that they are going to be talking about is TATCON. And let me tell you, so I launched TATCOin in 2009, like every other cryptocurrency out there. If you know cryptocurrency, you know Bitcoin, you know Solana, every cryptocurrency goes up and down. So when I launched TATCOin, it was going up. People were making money. I was the daddy of everybody. Igbo people were posting me. This is the first African cryptocurrency. We are very proud of our brother. So just like every other cryptocurrency, I'll give you an example. Bitcoin was $126,000 last week. Bitcoin is 90,000. In fact, it even went to 86,000 yesterday. Does that mean that we are going to go say Bitcoin is a scam because it was 126 and now 86,000? It doesn't mean so. It is crypto. People need to understand the industry that they are getting into. So that was exactly what happened to TATCOin. So TATCOin price was up and now TATCOin price is down. And why is the price down? The price is down as a result of, you know, in cryptocurrency, when the demand is high, when the demand is high, the price is high. When the demand is low, the price is low. So TATCOin price is just down. Anybody that bought TATCOin, just like shares, they have it in their wallet. But the only thing there is that the price as at then was 3 cents and the price now is 1 cent. So it doesn't mean that Gaius Chibueze went to everybody that bought TATCOin and took away their TATCOin from their wallet. No, I didn't take TATCOin from their wallet. It is there, but the price is down, which is normal in cryptocurrency. I personally, I bought my first Bitcoin in 2011, and I have bought over 1,000 other cryptocurrency. And guess what? About 50% or 60% of all those crypto I bought, some of them are down to zero. I will not go on Instagram and go start calling the people who founded those companies scammers. I'll just take it as one of those risks of investment.
Yes.
So nobody is going to come out and say, I sent money to Gaius Chibueze and he blocked me. And I don't do all those things. So what they did with me was a business. And in that particular industry, price volatility is what is common.
It's part of the business.
I told you Bitcoin was $126,000 last 2 weeks. Bitcoin is currently, it fell to 80 something yesterday. Today, Bitcoin is 91,000. Does that mean somebody who bought it last week going to go now and go say Satoshi Nakamoto scammed him because the price is down? No. So I don't take them serious.
Another, I think I saw a post of you clearing this, but let me ask you, another they also targeted your beautiful wife, and then I saw a comment of people because of the way you flaunt your beautiful wife, as every good man should, you know. I've seen comment. They were asking you, where is the woman that you suffered with, you know, and you came to say that nobody suffered with you. Can you? I never knew she was your second wife anyway. Can you clear that? What happened?
Personally, I don't even like discussing my romantic life outside. But
you've shown us. You've been showing us. You've been showing us.
Yes, I was first married. By the time I left Nigeria in 2016, I was married.
Okay.
To my first wife, Oluchi, from Anambra State. I went to Anambra State, did the traditional marriage. She was one of the biggest in Iseke in Ihiala. I was an SA in the National Assembly then. I was senior special advisor to the current senator, to the current Minister of Trade and Investment. So I got married, and when we got to the UK, things didn't really go well as planned, and we separated in 2021. 2021, 2022, 2023. 2024, I found love again, as I should. I'm just 37. I mean, I can't, because I was married before and it didn't work, I killed myself. I found love again, and dating and seeing someone new now. So some people just look for where to hold hand. I mean, my romantic life should not be part of why everything I have done in the Igbo world will mean nothing automatically because myself and my first wife, we separated. My second wife is also Igbo too, from Abia State. So I don't think it's a serious matter. It was just.
I agree.
I had to clear the air because you know, when in that situation, people will always look for where to hold her. So they were saying, hey, what about the one that suffered? I said, actually, nobody suffered with me. Nobody has suffered with me. Because I'll give you an example of the trajectory of my life. When I was 13 years old, I had just moved from Enugu to Abuja. I was selling black market fuel from 13 years old until I was 18. And you know, as a young man of that age, I was making money for my age. I bought the shop that my fuel container was in front. I bought the shop and I started doing movie renting business. As at 18, I had already saved 5 million naira. From there, I left that business for my friend and went to school in University of Calabar. While I was in Calabar, I was the most popular student on campus.
Wow.
I used to distribute for a company in Anambra State, a company that produces a soap called Democare Medicated Soap. Wow. I was their major distributor in the whole of Cross River State and Akwa Ibom. I went to school. I was the first student that put a real LED television, this new generation LED television. I was the first student that had it in my house. I was doing very, very well for myself. When I finished school, I closed down that business. I came to Abuja with over 8 million naira. I rented my house in Abuja before I got to Abuja. When I got to Abuja, I was selling phones at Musa Market. From Musa Market, I worked my way to work in the National Assembly Abuja for 4 years as an SA on new media. When Bitcoin blew up in 2016, 2017, I left Nigeria to abroad. So nobody can come out and say they really suffered with me. The only person that can say they suffered with me is maybe my late mother, and maybe when I was small. So I just had to debunk that, because no matter how fancy the lies are, you have to always tell the truth. So nobody has really suffered with me. Even a current woman in my life, I can't. Maybe she wake up tomorrow and say she suffered with me. What are you suffering right now? We know what suffering with you means.
Yes. Yes, thank you. There is a current reawakening of young people towards the Biafra agenda. You know, there is now a more like another view. You know, I see the likes of Zetobo Sigwe, Chioma. I see Mazi Ejiofor. I see Charles Obu. You know, I see a lot of people now. What do you have to say about this now? What do you have to say about this? A lot of people are now talking and say this is not who we are. You people don't speak for us. This is my own opinion. We don't want this. Go ahead.
So first of all, the reason why things became so bad in the Southeast was because good people kept quiet. People who had the right opinion. We allowed miscreants. We allowed some of the worst set of us to be the people that were speaking for us. That was why things got this bad. You understand? Igbo people are known to be Republican in nature. We are not the people that cower to anybody. So I am very, very happy with what is going now. My friend Chioma, Uzetobi, and the rest of them. I'm very happy that everybody is bringing out their voice. Because people were beginning to think, people were beginning to think this had become a representation of who Ndigbo are. But that's not a representation of us. We are smart people. We are people that will not cut our leg to spite as strangers that are attacking us. So yes. I am very, very a new awakening. And I'm very happy that I'm alive to witness this. It's long overdue.
Good news. From anywhere you are in the world, you can now be our guest on Gbam. As long as you have an internet connection and a mobile device, you can now be interviewed from our studio anywhere in the world. Contact the numbers on your screen to book a session with us. How do you explain what has happened to the Southeast for the last 5 years? How do you explain it? How do you explain it to your children? Can you even put it in words? Can you even explain?
So what has happened in the Southeast in the last 5 years is, I would say, Ndigbo not being strategic. As in Igbo, that has almost become our undoing. We don't have think tanks. Sometimes when I look at us and the way we carry our shoulders and everything, like I have said before, we are individually rich but collectively poor. And this has to do with even how we think as a people. If not, in the last 8 years, we will not allow the worst of us to build an opinion, a public opinion of us. Where everybody now, if you talk about anything in the Igbo and Southeast, they now think about people that are angry, people that are wishing bad on Nigeria, people that, very, very hostile region. So our Igbo elites failed us, the political class. I will always say this anywhere I go. The Igbo political class of 1999 to date, they failed us. For example, we Igbo people had some of the juiciest ministerial appointments in the years of Obasanjo, Goodluck, Jonathan, Yar'Adua. But we never used it. For example, we had 3 ministers of aviation, but guess what? We don't have any even mini international airport in the Southeast. If even them themselves, if they want to travel, they have to go to Abuja or Lagos.
Yes.
In the old Nigeria, the old Eastern region, then had everything Lagos had, everything Kanu had. So each region was treated like that. So can we also talk about, are we going to talk about marginalization during Obasanjo era? During Obasanjo era, 2 in every 5 government appointees as ministers were Igbo people. So can you say Obasanjo was maltreating Igbo people? No. You understand? What about Goodluck Jonathan? Can we say the same thing for Goodluck Jonathan? We had the juiciest positions during Goodluck Jonathan. So we have, our political elites have failed us. That is what has happened in the last 8 years, not even 5, as you said. The people also, because there was no direction, because there was no sense of direction, the people started moving helter-skelter and we self-destruct. And that is why our region today, we are just individually successful. But collectively as a region, we have not made any progress in the last 8 years. So as a people, we have gone backward 10 years. It's going to take a whole lot. I give you an example. Do you know there's a particular set of SS3 or JSS2 that have graduated SS3 now? They have never gone to school on Mondays. Imagine from JSS 2 to SS3 until you graduate, you never went to school on Monday. On Monday, you have to sit at home. So we have actually not really made any progress in the last 8 years. And this is as a result of all the good people either shying away. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to be used as the scapegoat. When myself and the IPOB people were going back and forth, and a lot of people came to me, you shouldn't have said this. We know it's the truth, but you shouldn't have said this. You shouldn't have said that. So that has been the problem. Everybody has been trying to shy away from the truth, but we must tell ourselves the truth, like I said, because we are self-destructive. The pathway to Igbo greatness is holding our leaders accountable in the Southeast, electing the right leaders, investing all our money in our region, building our economy. Once we can become economically powerful like the Catalonians of Spain, guess what? Even this secession that everybody is asking for is going to become very, very easy. Did you notice after the election, Tinubu visited some rich people first?
Yes.
He visited some successful business people first in Nigeria. I will leave it there. Do with that information whatever you want with
it. Biafra as a country, do you think is a feasible project? Do you think is even achievable? Biafra as a country?
So there is never going to be any Biafra. Even if Nigeria disintegrates, which Nigeria is going to disintegrate within the next 50 years. I might not be alive to witness that, but Nigeria will definitely disintegrate. But the word Biafra has caused too much pain to Ndigbo. There is going to be an Igbo nation in the next 100 years, but it will not be called Biafra. The people of that time and future will decide what to call it. People don't even understand that the word Biafra is not even an Igbo word. You understand? An external person that's not even an Igbo person gave the new nation then that name. And that word has also been bastardized. I started the economic Biafra movement, but at the time, because of how blacklisted that word has become, because of the negative stereotype it brings up when I go somewhere and say I am promoting economic Biafra, I have to change it to make Ali Igbo great again. We are Ndigbo. We are not Biafrans. You understand?
Yes.
So Biafra as a word used for the Igbo nation will not survive. It will never happen. But I believe that there is going to be an Igbo nation. The way Nigeria is going, it will disintegrate by itself in the next 50 years. But the Igbo side of Nigeria will not become Biafra.
Nnamdi Kanu has just been convicted of the 7 counts. You know, he has just been convicted. And then everybody is reacting. Can you react to that? They have found him guilty of all charges.
It's a very sad day for me as a person. Most people don't know, and that's why I laugh at some of these IPOB E-raps on social media. I have personally sat down with Nnamdi Kanu in London.
Wow.
I have personally sat down with Nnamdi Kanu in London. When Nnamdi Kanu started the movement for the actualization of Biafra, Radio Biafra and the rest of us, some of us initially, we thought he was going to use the method we had thought is the best or wise. I sat down with Nnamdi Kanu in London and I personally advised him and said, one of the things I want you to do is to upturn the political structure in Igbo. What do I mean by that? Now that you have the ears of the people, now that you can say, this market, if you're coming today, the market is going to be shut down. I said, pick the best of us and start putting in political positions. House of Reps, House of Assembly, local government chairman. Put people that will be people-oriented. Let those people put them in that structure and let them start doing the real work of rebuilding the Southeast. So that with those people, you can now move a referendum, move a motion for referendum at the Senate and the rest. I said what we should focus on is building the economic power of Igbo. Even if we want to go to war with Nigeria, we need money to buy arms. So I was among the first people that were even advising him on the best way to go. But I personally left his side when he became so, I don't want to use the word arrogant, but that was what it was. When he became too focused on destruction and self-vilification, when people started bowing down to him and the rest of it, when it became more of a it became more of a personal aggrandizement sport than a movement to restore the economic glory of Igbo. So what has happened today, I am still very, very sad that he has been sentenced. And my reason is not far-fetched. I am an Igbo man. Nnamdi Kanu is my brother. No matter what he has done, terrorists in the north and in other places of Nigeria have done even more. Nnamdi Kanu has not directly killed anyone. But we have people that are terrorists in the northeast and other places in Nigeria that they bring them to the table and say, let's find political solution to the madness ongoing, which has not really worked. So I felt that Nnamdi Kanu was supposed to get a presidential pardon before now, even during Buhari. And this goes to also show you how very powerless and disunited the Igbo political class are. You can see that all of them have been saying, Governor Soludo has said, Peter Mba has said, everybody, we have been speaking to President about Nnamdi Kanu, let's look for a political solution. But you have seen that it didn't, nobody listened to them because they are a bunch of failures. So I feel that Nnamdi Kanu is being unjustly detained. But whatever it is, I feel that he has also contributed to his own pain. So he must acknowledge the role he has played. They played some of his recordings to him in the court, or they read it, and those were not palatable things to hear. We are talking about destructing, we are talking about destroying a nation, a republic. That's not a good thing to hear. So I feel that even though I'm angry that he was sentenced, I feel that he has a role that he has played in this. But I feel that before now, the Igbo elites were supposed to have worked with the president to find a political solution to the problem. You understand? And letting Nnamdi Kanu come out and undo some of the things his people have done.
I want to make healthy living a culture in our society. The time to make exercise, get sweat. That sweat is very important. Ibana garden, give bela kukwani very natural food. Or if your body need it, just new abuna day to chubusike.
Like so many people have said, people that are, of IPOB and then Biafra extract, they say that Biafra is not a person, that Biafra is an ideology, that even if Nnamdi Kanu go down today, somebody else will rise. Before Nnamdi Kanu was Ojukwu, Wazurike, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa. Do you see another person coming out to actually continue from where it stops? And
I am going to beg them. It is only a fool that will do one thing repeatedly, get the same result and continue that same thing. Whoever wants to come out to focus on the economic restoration of Igbo, they should focus on realigning the political structure in Igbo. In Igbo today, we have politicians that don't listen to their people. We have politicians that come from somewhere and just buy the governorship position in some state. The governorship position in some states is sold at the party level. The people don't even have a say. So whoever is coming out again, there will always be someone coming out. As far as, like I have told you, there's going to be an Igbo nation in the future, in the next 50 years to 100 years. But I just pray that somebody uses another different strategy. Ojukwu tried his own strategy, it didn't work. Mastop tried their own strategy. IPOB, they are trying their own strategy, which it has all proved to fail. Somebody else should come with a different strategy. A strategy that will carry our people. A strategy that will grow us economically while still agitating for secession from Nigeria. If the person chose the same path Nnamdi Kanu and his predecessors told, it's still going to fail.
I saw a statement that if not for Nnamdi Kanu's agitation for Biafra, that Benue will be better than Anambra State. you know, when it comes to terrorist attack and everything. Do you think that Biafran agitation has taken us back as Ndigbo? Or do you think it has really at least helped us in a way, at least to be heard? You know,
No,
go ahead.
The Biafran agitation has taken us too backward. It took us backward 20 years. I have just told of people from JSS2 that finished SS3 without going to school on Monday. We lost 3 million lives to the first civil war. If another civil war was to happen now, Ndigbo, we are not prepared for another civil war. Why? Because our political class, they have 90% of their investment outside Ndigbo. They will be the one to frustrate us. So you think it's all these random children on Facebook that just create Facebook page that are going to buy ammunition. Some of those ammunition that is needed for a war, some of them cost $10,000 and more. You think it's those children that will bring the money to buy it? No. You understand? We are not. We have really gone backward. So the recent Biafra movement has brought Igbo backward 10 steps, and it's going to take a lot of work and us accepting that yes, we messed up to fix it.
One of your members came and said that Nnamdi Kanu was a lone voice. That was why he was able to penetrate. He was just a lone voice, talking about how Igbos were treated, and he was justified when he started because it was a lone voice. Now, what steps can we take as a people to stop the violent agitation of Biafra in Igbo land? You know, future one. What steps do we now take as Ndigbo to stop the violent agitation? What step do we take?
I want to first thank you for this question. This is a very thoughtful question because it's very important that we change our strategy at this point. Why I am happy with the Igbo integration movement, IMO. I am also happy with Nzetobi and Chioma and the rest, Charles Obu, yourself, and everybody that has been calling for a change of strategy. Like I said, it is only a fool that will do one thing repeatedly with the same strategy.
Yes.
And still get the same result and continue doing it. What we need to do first now is to have a regional reconciliation meeting as Ndigbo, whether online, physical, or anyhow. Change our strategy. The strategy should be, first, invest every of our person that wants to invest all your resources in our region. Create jobs for our people. I will use this story. I will use this real life story to end this. I said it before at Gbam, which the video is not out, but I'm still going to say it here again. So, majority of these young people you see abusing people for Biafra on Facebook and the majority of them are jobless. In fact, 90% of them are jobless. I'll give you an example. There's a popular IPOB voice on Twitter. I don't want to mention his name for his own safety. In 2024, I reached out to him. I said, I like the way you write. I see the passion behind what you write. Can you tell me more about yourself? He told me his name, that he lives in Anambra. He used to teach, but he lost the job after COVID, that he has just been struggling. I said, okay, what do you want to do? He said he has a small land where he wants to build a pig farm that he would like if he can have small support. I said, how much do you need? He said he needs 3 million naira. I said, okay. Send me picture of the land and everything you have done. The next day, I wired him 2 million naira. I said, start constructing the pig farm. When you finish this 2 million naira and I see what you have done, I will send you another 1 million. 2 weeks later, he was updating me. 2 weeks later, he finished building this thing, bought 2 pig, male and female, and then he sent to me. I sent him, during that period that he was busy building that pig farm, his posting on Twitter reduced. All his, we must kill them, we must destroy them. People, all those reduced during that period. When I sent him that 1 million naira, again, he bought more pigs. He bought 5 more pigs or thereabout, and he sent me all the video of his pig farm that he has begun running. Guess what? All those violent things he used to post on Twitter, 100% reduced. I can't even remember seeing him again on Twitter for some time now. He has just been updating me of his farm. Since that last year till now, they about 5 peaks he started with. It's currently about 20 something peaks right now.
Wow.
His farm has become very, very big now. And he sends me video every day telling me how he has made connection to start supplying the meat and the rest. So
wow.
What does this story tell you? This story tells you that majority of our people are not gainfully employed. Forget the fact that they are saying, oh, Igbo people are successful. We are just individually rich. Go to your village now in Ali Igbo. Now, how many people are really successful? If you want to really check it against some progressive regions in the world, just a handful of us are financially successful. The rest of us will have to depend on those people that are financially successful.
Yes.
The other people are just struggling. So once we fix our economic, once we fix the Igbo economic life, where we bring back our businesses and create more jobs for our people, we are going to see that the strategy of this agitation will reduce. Did you notice that in rich neighborhoods, the security is always very high? And that security is always there's always peace in rich neighborhood. Why? Because rich people don't go around destroying things. They don't want to go destroy. It's people who don't have anything that wants to destroy. So I believe that Ndigbo, we need to wake up and fix our economic life. That is why in the last 11 years, I have pushed for something I used to call economic Biafra. I am saying, let's forget about all this agitation and the rest of it. Let's do one thing first. Elect the right people that will speak our voice. Our governors and the rest of them, they go to Tinubu, they have his ears. All Southeast governors, exception of Anambra, are now in APC. But guess what? Exception of Anambra and Abia, they are now in APC. But can you tell me one thing that those governors in APC have brought back to Ndigbo? Nothing. They don't know how to bargain. They don't know how to negotiate. You understand? Nothing. So we start first by electing the right people that will speak our voice. Secondly, investing our money in our region so that people can have jobs. Then thirdly, growing our economy. Once we do that, the new call for secession is going to be meaningful because it's going to be led by the best of us, not the worst of us. Thank you.
Let me ask you this last question and I will let you go, please. If not Biafra, do you see this country working? Do you see Nigeria as a state that will work? If not Biafra.
I'll be very honest with you, Odogu. Nigeria as a country, like I have said, Nigeria is never going to work. And I will tell you why Nigeria will never work. Sadly. The reason Nigeria will never work is because Nigerians themselves, first, I will blame Nigerians themselves.
Okay.
First.
Okay.
The populace, the citizens. Nigerians themselves, they say they want change. But when that time comes to make the change, everybody will put the interest of their religion, the interest of their region and religion first.
Yes.
They will put their own selfish interest first. Did you notice a pattern? Ndigbo have been the only region that have been collectively voting for the best in every presidential election.
Yes.
We have always gone against the tide. In Nigeria, we have more fools, we have more morons than people with sense when it comes to election. So the fools, the people who don't know their right from their left, they determine who rules the smartest of us. So Nigeria as a country will not work. And I will tell you why it will not work. Why? Number one, there's too many divided interests in Nigeria. The northern Nigeria is facing Arab world, it's facing Afghanistan. They reason like those people. The western Nigeria is divided 50-50. 50% of them think like the people in the north. 50% of them think progressively. So, as a country, Nigeria will not work. Not in our lifetime. Nigeria will not work. Nigerians will not elect the right leaders any time. Politics of money will continue being the mainstay in Nigeria. But what will happen is that a time will come where we are going to be forced to go back to regional system of government through federalism. Then, during that time, the Southeast will work on its own. The Southwest will work on its own. And the North, whatever they decide to do, they can also work on their own. That is the only, but as far as we remain in what we call this democracy or whatever we are doing now, my brother, every 4 years they will elect another clown. So Nigeria as a country, I don't see it ever changing. I don't see it ever working. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We've been on a conversation with Bitcoin Chief Gaius Chibueze, Akoma Jidego, Ezugbo Enugu State. Thank you very much for joining us. We know we're not in the same environment, but you made our time. You guys are doing well with IMO, Igbo Integration Movement, and we've been partnering together to make sure that we change this narrative. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you, Chief Akoma Jidego. This is where we draw the curtain today. Expect more of this special edition. I remain my humble self, Chijoke Igwodo. Ezigbote onye abụ Dogobobo Yambaba. Ngwanu, Udo? Inwere akọ pụrụ iche ịchọ ọkụ ụwa nọ. Inwere ife dị n'obi ịchọ ikwu gbam. Inwere ife dị omimi ịchọ ọkụ onye ọbụla malụ. Onwere akala aka izole ezo ịchọ ọkụ ụwa fo na inwe passion for. Bịa na Gbam ka ụwa n'onu iyi. Inwere business ịchọ ikwunye n'ọkụ. Onwe product ịchọ gosoro na Gbam. Ịchọ ka ife ị na-ele, ife ị na-eme na-aga as viral as Gbam. We are here for you. Contact the number on your screen. Ka ikwunye n'ọkụ ka ife na ọ na-eme. Adamuaka, Gbam is the biggest Igbo interview in the world. Come and find out for yourself. Thank you.